Hello,
Good evening
and good night, and welcome
to
the best show on the internet.
Planet
Earth.
Internet.
Yeah, planet, any of the planets, really. We've talked about a lot of planets on the show.
Yes, we talked about Uranus. I'm Zeph.
And India.
Yes.
And Tatooine.
And also, let's see, Hoth, Vulcan. What are the planets? We talked about
Mars.
Bars. I'm Zeph.
And automobiles and trains.
What's your name?
I'm Kyle.
Okay.
You might know me as Colin.
I do. How'd you know? All right, so this is going to be one of those. I feel like
one of those fun ones.
Well, I mentioned on our last episode, but hey, first of all, wait a minute. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
And if you're a faithful listener, if I could speak, then that means that you love us unconditionally, which means that you should. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say, do not go to patreon.com/notqualified.
Don't give us money.
Don't do that. You will not get anything out of it.
No.
Except
we don't know how to get the money either.
A better way to support us is leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever.
Or anywhere. Graffiti is cool.
Graffiti is actually the best way to review our podcast. Mm-hmm. Just don't tell the police that we told you to do that.
Correct. We're not related to that incident.
Yes. And then also call and leave a voicemail. Okay. You call 918.
Yes.
268.
I don't know the number.
6337.
Now I know the number. See how that works, guys? Isn't that
actually,
crazy?
Because I switched podcast providers, you can actually just click the link in the podcast description and record a voice.
No way.
Yeah.
We are really moving forward.
We are so back.
Anyway, we are relevant again.
Yeah, but do one of those things. That's a better way to support us. I don't need your $1 a month. I mean, it helps. I pay for the. It just goes toward the subscription services that we need to make this.
Amen.
Which is already a negligible amount, and we do not make enough to cover it. But
no. We're
subsidized. This podcast is subsidized by me personally.
It's our full-time jobs pay for this luxury.
Yes, but we have a lot of fun.
But your full-time jobs could pay for this luxury.
That's right. So, your full-time jobs actually could probably, if you all pooled your resources, you could probably pay for our full-time jobs to do this all the time.
So do the graffiti thing, leave the reviews.
No, actually, you've convinced me. Just go to patreon.com.
Go to patreon.com.
And do like $100 a month.
Prepaid 100-month subscription.
Yeah.
That way it's $100 now and for 100 months. Sounds great.
Oh, 100-month subscription?
Yeah. If they do $1 a month, they just pay for it all now. Patreon should let you do that.
Oh, you're not saying $100 a month. You're saying
no.
100 months at $1.
Yeah, buy 100 months right now at $1 each.
How many years is that? Let's see, 100 months. I mean, that's what, 8 years? You'll be fine.
Yeah, you're good. You're chilling. Because this podcast will be long gone by then anyway.
You will have wasted your investment, but you will have my eternal.
What are we doing today?
I mentioned in the last episode that it was too hinged. It was too on topic.
Yeah,
we talked about one movie and we stayed there most of the time until the Ghostbusters thing.
It was so bad. We blended in with Joe Rogan or something. We were focused.
Also, I guess I should point this out while we're on the subject. Before we get into things. While we're just doing housekeeping. First of all, welcome back to you.
Me? Yes, I'm here still.
Joe and Noah are not dead, but they're busy. Noah's getting married tomorrow.
Correct.
And Joe,
which won't be tomorrow for you.
Unless I post this really fast.
Which won't happen.
And then Joe's busy too. And so we are recording at whenever we this is how it's always been. We record when we can with who we can. And it's a rotating cast on purpose.
Yep.
But I just want you to know that
nobody's died.
We're all still around. Zachariah will be back. Who else has been on as a guest? Luke Foster will be back.
He'll be back,
and we'll have new guests as well.
We have a new prospect guest hopefully soon.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking.
We've got things in the works. Okay, so all that to say, last episode was too hinged.
Yeah,
we're going to go back unhinged today.
We got to get
and do a terrible episode that nobody wants to listen to.
Nobody's made it 5 minutes into this already. This is all.
Well, we're only 4.5 minutes into recording.
Well, give us 30 more seconds, and you won't want to.
You'll be gone. Yeah. So anyway, all that to say, we're doing some game shows today.
We're going to do some games.
And I think this will actually be really fun.
I think this is a good
idea. If I were a podcast listener, this is what I would want every episode. So I hope you guys also agree.
I hope you also want every every episode.
Well, yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game where we pick 3 random words from the English language. That is the kicker. It has to be English.
We could do another language, but it might be the same.
We might try that in a second. Okay,
Sure.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 3 random words.
Yes.
And based on those 3 random words, we each have to say the first movie that comes to mind based on those 3 words. And then we have to defend our choice.
Right.
Like, why did we choose those? And that's it. That's all we're going to do. And then we're going to play another game in a second. And so here's what I would like you to do, though. Before we start, I would like every listener out there, when we say these 3 words, I want you to also think of the movie you thought of. And then I want you to either comment it on the Instagram or Facebook post for this episode, because we always post for every episode.
Put in some work here.
You can comment.
You can do this.
You can also leave a voicemail or a voice memo and tell us what you thought of. And then also request what we should talk about. You
can do graffiti of the URL to take you to this podcast episode.
Do a QR code. Actually, I want you to graffiti a QR code. Make sure it doesn't
the movie you thought of at each timestamp. So that's pretty tedious, but you can do that.
You can do that.
We will give money.
You can also mail us
to whoever does that.
You can, if you want my address.
Mail me a letter and ask for
it. Anyway, all right. Are you ready to start?
Yeah, I've been ready this whole time, or I wouldn't be here. Let's run this.
You want me to just click 3 random words?
Yeah, do it. Let's run it. Click it.
All right, I'm gonna.
You go first.
I'll go first
because I'm gonna need more time. You're an aficionado.
But also, you have to stick with the first thing you thought of. You can't cheat. So you gotta, as long as it takes you, whatever the first movie you think of, you have to, and then defend your choice. You have to, Here we go. Clear my mind. Boom. The words are record or record, defeated, and constrain. So the first movie I thought of was High Fidelity, starring John Cusack. Okay, and you can tell me yours.
Almost Famous. I don't know why.
Okay, I can say.
I think I heard record.
Yeah,
and it's got that vibe. Sure. But you can defend yours first.
All right. Well, that's actually funny because
on the nose here.
Before I had Almost Famous and High Fidelity.
I've never seen High Fidelity.
So
let's put that out there.
Those are 2 movies that I always got mixed up in my head before I had seen either of them.
Really?
Yes, I always got them confused. It was just funny that you said that. Now I don't get them confused because I've seen them both. And Almost Famous is my favorite movie of all time. High Fidelity is not even close. It's like a 3-star at best for me. I'm not a huge fan of High Fidelity because the main character is the least likable person ever.
Who's in that anyway?
John Cusack and Joan Cusack.
John and Joan.
Yeah, brother and sister. So John Cusack plays the main character, and he is the least likable character of all time in this movie. And he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a loser. This is why I picked this. So the movie, he works at a record store, and that's the record part. And then defeated and constrained. He's defeated because he is a loser of a person.
Yeah.
Like an absolute loser. And then the constraint is just like the whole movie revolves around him fighting his natural tendencies of who he is as a person. And it's like a rom-com and whatever. He works at a record store. That's why I thought of that. But I used to always get them mixed up with Almost Famous because I knew they were both movies about like classic rock. That's all I knew. Other than that, they have nothing in common. But I knew that. And so that's why I got them mixed up.
So with Almost Famous, I've only seen it once.
Okay.
And it was probably really late at night. And I didn't like it at first. And the more I thought about it, it grew a little bit on me. But record, obviously, because we were talking about classic rock. Right. That's what I thought of. And then the constrain, I don't know why I defeated. I don't know how to explain that. But the constrain was like.
That's kind of the vibe
with
of the movie.
Kid character. Yeah. He had that constraint and that defeat, I guess, from being too young to go do the things he needed to do. Yeah. But then he ended up running away and doing it anyway. And, it was. There was a big feeling of that constraint the whole time.
Yeah, but, good. There's tension throughout the whole thing. Yeah, okay. Are we good with that?
That was good.
All right, let's go again. 3, 2, 1. 8, debauchery, age.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Okay, we're on the same page.
Because we thought of the first word. We're so clever.
Yeah, but you haven't seen Hateful Eight.
No.
But those other 2 go in as well.
And aren't they...
debauchery, not necessarily...
They're not aged, though. They aren't old. The movie might be old now.
No, it's 2015, but they're old in it. I mean, Kurt Russell in that, he's like, what, in his 60s?
I guess it's
so
true.
is Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, they're older guys.
Debauchery.
And they're all trapped in a cabin together. There's a little bit of debauchery. I mean, they like...
Is it not debauchery?
It's debauchery.
Sounds like you're botching that.
But crash. So there's not really any debauchery other than the fact that they murder each other very gratuitously, very violently murder each other.
That's cool. So I need to see that movie still. I'm so excited.
That would be it. There's not really any debauchery in terms of like sexual activity or drunkenness. There might be a little bit of alcohol in there, but there's not really anything. Cool. So but 8 is kind of hard to get. How do you get around the word 8?
I mean, you could think of the movie. Yeah, I'm not going to do a second movie for these 3 words. That's cheating.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Computer, horoscope, cry. This is the movie
Haunting in
Electric Dreams. What?
Haunting in Connecticut.
Okay, I'm going to make you defend that first.
There's no defending. That movie...
There's no computers in that movie.
No,
horoscopes.
No, that's... It's not talking about technology. It's talking about a person who computes.
Just does math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which clearly happened in that movie. So we can just we can gloss over that one because clearly it happened. If you've seen the movie,
if the words were dumbwaiter, fire, and mediocre, then I would understand.
Horoscope. It's horoscope, not horoscope.
Okay.
But in my brain,
you thought it was horoscope.
No, I didn't think that.
But that's where your brain went.
Pronounced it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why horoscope.
Cry because
and then cry. I did.
Scary.
I watched it as a kid, and I did probably cry a little.
Computer. You watched it on a computer?
I did. Well.
Was it a smart TV?
No, those weren't a thing
DVD
yet.
Player?
Yeah, sure.
Computer.
Boom, done. See, told you.
Okay, good. My computer horoscope cry. Electric Dreams. I want to talk about this for a second.
Electric Dreams. I've had a few of those.
No, this is going to be really interesting to you.
Okay, I'm interested.
There's a movie from the 80s called Electric Dreams. Yeah, I know. So the reason I found this movie is that I was on YouTube. I fell into a hole listening to music. And I discovered a song by my favorite songwriter ever of my favorite band of all time that I had never heard before. And that's
Reliant
Jeff Lynne.
K.
No.
Oh.
I do love Reliant K, though.
They're pretty, yeah.
They're great. Forget and Not Slow Down is one of the best albums ever.
I like Sadie Hawkins' Dance.
Yeah, that was early stuff.
That was really early. That early stuff, dude, you can't beat it.
No, ELO.
Yes.
My favorite band ever is ELO, and Jeff Lynne, the frontman, songwriter. He had a song that I'd never heard before. And I was like, what the heck is this song? What is this?
Yeah.
Huh? That was my reaction. Oh. And I was like, how is there a Jeff Lynne song I've never heard? But it sounds like it's from the 80s. It's not like later
it's not like
stuff.
he made this now yet.
So I look it up, and it was written for a movie called Electric Dreams. And it was in that movie, and that's what it was written for. It was never released on an album. It was nowhere else. And then I was like, what? And then I was clicking through Wikipedia, and it turns out there's a few of these songs that he wrote for this movie, Electric Dreams, that never appeared anywhere else. He wrote songs for movies. He wrote the soundtrack to Xanadu, obviously, and like some other things. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. But this is a movie that's not well known.
Yeah.
Was not very successful. So then I look up the movie, and it is very not well known to the point that you can't even you can't rent it. Even
Have you seen it then?
Yes. You cannot rent it on Amazon Prime. It's very hard to find. Well, the good news is that because it's so not well known, the movie studio which released it, which is probably 20th Century Fox. I don't know who it was. They actually, I'm going to look it up because I'm curious. Electric Dreams. They no longer care about the copyright of it. 1984.
Oh, nice.
So somebody posted it on YouTube, and it was not copyright striked at all. Nobody cared. So
nice.
Like you can't post a movie on YouTube.
That's
but
awesome.
this is Virgin Pictures. Okay. Oh, it was MGM. And it was 20th Century Fox who distributed it in the UK.
You probably read this before.
No, I haven't. But this is the UK. They distributed it. So,
that's cool.
I was technically correct in 1984. Okay. Has an awesome poster.
That actually is not bad. I mean, it looks like a flyer you'd see in an elementary school.
But it is good.
For
and it's also, it's not, it wasn't like not well known.
Right.
Like it's got famous actors in it. It's got Virginia Madsen and a bunch of people.
Wow.
But it just was not a big success. It was just a forgotten movie.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody in 20 years comes up to you and is like, you ever seen Jupiter Ascending? And you're like, yeah, I mean, I saw it in theaters, but no, who cares? You know? That's what this movie is.
Right.
Okay. And the reason it's interesting is that the whole premise is that it's a guy who falls in love with a girl next door in his apartment. Yeah, but then he bought a new computer. This was early computer age, right? This was 1984.
So computers
were very, there was lots of magic around computers and stuff. Mm-hmm. He buys a computer, and the computer basically develops a mind of its own, and then I think the computer falls in love with the guy who owns it, and so it's trying to sabotage his relationship.
It's like that one episode of Gravity Falls that happens.
Oh, I don't know.
Also, watch that. That's good.
I will.
Yeah.
But the computer tries to sabotage his relationship with this girl.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then the weird thing is I was reading about it and I was like, this sounds really interesting. And then Jeff Lynne did the music or some of the music. And then I realized that it was directed by Steve Barron, a guy who just did music videos. Mm-hmm. He was known for making music videos. That's it. He did the music video for Billie Jean, Summer of '69.
Wow.
Money for Nothing, Electric Avenue.
These are huge.
Yeah, I know. He was like the music video guy.
Music video guy.
He did Pale Shelter,
Don't
Tears
You
for
Want
Fears,
Me?
Africa by Toto, Take on Me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
Take
he was
on
insane.
Me that's a good music video.
And then his first movie he ever made was Electric Dreams. And then he made also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Coneheads.
What?
Yeah, random things.
But
okay.
here's the thing. Those are popular, though.
Yeah, those
Coneheads
are much more
huge.
well-known. Yeah, okay. So Electric Dreams, though, because he was a music video guy, he shot this like a music video. And there's music playing the whole time. It's like one long music video montage.
Really?
Yeah, there's music going the whole time.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Very
but
unique.
it also makes it very hard to watch because you don't get a good flow of the story. You feel like it's a montage.
It's like it's rushing.
It feels like it's a montage the whole time, like Rocky training to fight. That's what the whole movie feels like.
The build
You're
up.
waiting for the build up to end, and it never ends. It's one long build up.
Oh no!
But it was pretty good. It was all right. I think I liked it. Like I think I gave it probably 3.5 stars, something like that.
Yeah.
It's fun. Anyway,
That's cool.
all that to say, I thought of Electric Dreams because computer horoscope cry. He's crying because his relationship has been sabotaged.
Sad.
It's horoscope because the
Yeah,
computer's kind of controlling the outcome of his life.
I had a computer
bit.
that did that once. It kept emailing on X, and it was like, "Come back, I love you."
Yeah,
all this
please. I
stuff.
promise I'm not drunk. Yeah,
Yeah,
that stuff.
I hate it.
When your computer does that.
Yeah, and it started posting stuff and started freaking following her, and it was so bad, dude.
So annoying.
It kept creating new accounts
It
to
posts
follow her and comment
reels on
her
your
stuff.
story that are like, I'm not the
Posting
same without
reels.
you.
Yeah.
Just I hate when that happens.
It was awful.
Are you ready for 3 random words?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
3, 2, 1. Improvement month difficult.
Home Improvement with Tim
Office
Allen.
Space. That's a TV show.
Depends on how much you watch.
All right.
Fine. Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen. Is that better? Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I don't
thinking
know
of.
that it's better.
Tim Allen's in it, and I thought of Home Improvement. And if it has to be a movie, I'm thinking
All
Shaggy
right, how about
Dog.
month and difficult?
Yeah,
Can you
it's
wrap that in?
difficult to come up with a movie that Tim Allen's in.
And I did that this month.
Fine. Zoom. There. Do I have to keep
That's
changing my
worse.
answer?
You don't have to change anything.
I'm sticking to Home Improvement.
The TV show, fine.
Yeah.
Month and difficult. Can you explain that?
well,
Difficult because he's doing handy work.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
Handyman work is difficult.
Yeah.
And month because, I don't know, they released 4 episodes a month.
Okay. Okay.
Is that better?
I did
Is that good?
I did Office Space because
explain
they
that.
bring the people in. First of all, it's difficult. Like his job, his life. It's just difficult. They bring the people in to try to improve the business, like the consultants that are interviewing everyone.
That is
there.
difficult.
And then a month because he's like counting the days. Like every day he's just like looking forward to the weekend. It's just like a dreary, depressing, repetitive thing.
Yeah, you're good. You're playing this game well, and that's the problem.
Well, the good news is there's no winner.
That is good.
Last one on this, and then we're gonna.
What's the improvement, though? What is that? Is he fixing
They
things?
they
like you
brought
said
in the
he's-
consultants to improve the company.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do one more normal, and then we're gonna make it spicy.
Yeah, we're gonna make it
okay,
spicy,
3,
yeah.
2, 1. Witness raspberry gutless. Freaking
my
12
goodness.
Angry Men, because the witnesses of the crime are a major part of the plot point. Gutless because some of the jury members they just want to get out of there. They have no spine whatsoever. They're just going along with what everybody else says. They're gutless. And then raspberry because one of the guys on the jury is really mean, and I bet he'd really like to blow a raspberry at the rest of them. Just go.
You're not gonna like my answer.
It's okay.
It's another TV show.
Okay, that's fine.
Does Matlock work?
I thought you were gonna say guiltless. Okay, go ahead.
Matlock.
I don't know.
That's the
anything
one
about
with Andy Griffith.
it. Oh,
That's when he's like
explain
later
yourself.
in life. Well, it's a jury show. He's a lawyer.
you just thought of that after I said my answer.
No.
Oh, really?
I didn't. I just didn't want to say
I
it because
think
you reamed me
I think
last
both
time.
of us thought the word gutless was guiltless at first, and it made our minds
it
go to
did.
jury
It did.
stuff. Yeah. Okay.
But no, Matlock. If you since we're here, I'll educate. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Matlock. It was a show about Andrew Griffith. He was this lawyer dude. He was old. He was
Is this a spin-off of Andy Griffith?
no. It's not. It's just him. It's Andrew Griffith playing Matlock.
Matlock. Okay, so this is later in his career.
Yeah, and he was a white-haired dude, and he was a lawyer, and the show didn't make any sense. It was.
It's like Night Court. Okay.
Yeah, it was, and that's what it was. He was just a lawyer, and it was kind of like Law and Order without the action and excitement. And he was old, so old people watched it.
I bet old people still watch it.
Yeah, it's looping on a
What year
scratch
did he
DVD.
die? He died in 2012. I remember when he died.
How old was he?
He was 86.
Well, that's a long life.
He died of...
Have you ever heard him play guitar? It sounds like he's playing with 3 hands. Like, I'm not joking you. He was an incredible guitar player. Look that up if you feel like it.
Okay.
Listeners. So there you go. There's Matlock. Let's do one more. I gotta get a movie. I've only done one movie.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Present, dysfunctional, liberating.
No, that's preset, you moron.
Okay, I'm gonna redo that because I thought a Little Miss Sunshine, but that doesn't make sense with preset. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Currency, vampire, glue. All right. Well, I think we're all thinking of the same thing.
Twilight.
I was gonna say 12 Years a Slave.
Well, obviously, the biggest word that led me to Twilight was glue, because
right,
the characters love each other so much. By the end of the series,
yeah,
they're stuck like glue.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say Dracula,
and then obviously the second most. That's a good pick.
Okay.
The second word that stands out is currency for Twilight,
of course,
because they use currency.
And then vampire, just because the movie is so dreary, it feels like it's sucking the life force out of you. And there's no other connection whatsoever. No, I'm going to say Dracula because he's currency, because he's rich. Vampire because I don't really know why. I just kind of feel like that works. And then glue because
Hotel Transylvania is a good one too.
That might be better because kids use glue.
Yeah,
glue's hard. I haven't touched glue since I was in
hotel,
4th grade.
Dude, that hotel, bro. That's a lot of stuff going on in that hotel.
True. Let's do one.
They have that glued together.
3, 2, 1. Glamour, bedroom detachable. Oh boy, I'm gonna go ahead and say Gerald's Game.
I don't know. I've never. What
Stephen King book made into a movie where I can't describe it actually on the podcast.
Why?
It's weird. Unappropriate.
Unappropriate?
Yes, unappropriate. De-appropriate.
I can't even think of a movie.
Last one. Approximation, work or prey. I'm done. Let's just do the spicy version.
I know.
Okay,
I know. This is a good one.
Go ahead.
It's a good one. Joe versus the volcano.
Approximation, worker, prey. Absolutely. That's the best pick for that.
Look at me. Look at me go. Did I win? Who wins?
You win. Okay,
Sweet.
Can you explain them though? I know worker and prey.
Worker because
that's his life.
He works all day and it sucks and everything. And he prays he never has to work there again.
Yeah.
He wants to quit.
Plus the whole movie's kind of like there's like
the whole movie is an approximation.
Oh, okay. I was saying the whole movie's like prayer. Like it is the whole movie like there's divine intervention. Things happen.
Oh
in a weird way.
I'm just saying he's praying to get out of this job.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
And then the whole movie is an approximation on like. What's going to happen, like with whatever.
Yeah, that's
his brain fog or whatever.
I like that you just threw that word in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make it work.
Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't have a choice.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the settings from common words to full dictionary.
So we won't know what half of these words means.
Yeah, we're going to get very strange words. Like the 3 it just gave us, for example, are by time, chrysene, and paraplerum. So we've got scientific terminology. We've got old English words.
Is that paraplerum?
I don't know. But we're not going to go with those 3. So now we're going to get really weird words, and we're going to try to keep going.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Count us down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. Non-fusibility, Bernie, and Coquelicot.
Let's do, that's a freaking Big Trouble in Little China right there.
I was thinking Looney Tunes back in action.
Okay, you defend that one.
So non-fusibility, because the characters in Looney Tunes do not get along. They're non-fusible. You can't fuse them together. You cannot put them in the room together. Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, they don't work together.
No.
You can't. Everything about that show is a disaster waiting to happen. Bernie, because there's a lot of Acme dynamite that gets exploded, so there's burning going on. I will say that I don't know what any of these words mean.
Do we know what Coquelot means? Or
So
Coquelicot.
Coquelicot. No, and one of the rules of this show that I just came up with on the spot is we're not going to Google any of this.
We don't know that though.
No. When I think of Coquelicot, I think of tourniquet. And so I think of something that tightens and cuts off your blood flow.
Oh.
And there's
like
a lot
a
of
sphincter.
strangling of people that happens in Looney Tunes. And Looney Tunes back in action, Brendan Fraser is just always frustrated with the cartoon characters. He
I will
wants to strangle
forever have the incorrect definition of Coquelicot.
You're never going to hear that word again.
Never going to know.
So
I'm never going to know. I'm going to know what, I'm going to think it means what it doesn't.
Sure.
And yeah, obviously, it's pretty easy to tell why I thought of, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, but can you defend it, though, just for the listeners?
So,
Since
I burn with sexual desire for Kurt Russell.
Fair enough.
Obviously. Coquelicot sounds like crocodile. And, there's
That's
those
monsters
creature-looking things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then non-fusibility, because of what the definition of that is.
Oh, absolutely. 3, 2, 1. Buddha, Riveled, Lodic. I'm going to say Monkey Man.
Yeah, that's good.
Buddha, just because even though they're not Buddhist, they're Hindu, I'm just going to throw all false religions
I'm thinking
into one
Avatar.
pot. Okay.
Not like the blue. Like
Last Airbender.
The bad live action one. Yeah.
Buddha, because I'm throwing all false religions in one pot. Riveled, because what does that mean? Mm-hmm. And then Lotic, because he was so calm and collected through that whole movie.
Is that what that means?
No, but I'm saying he had a low tick. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was not high tick. He was not on edge.
Right.
He was calm and collected. He was low tick.
I'm thinking Buddha because he's a bald statue, and then I thought of Aang being bald.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Riveled is because whatever that means. And then Lodic, I was thinking means kind of like, it looks like the word chaotic or like lunatic type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I thought of, what's his name? The Sokka guy. He's the crazy one.
Okay.
The buddy, yeah.
So then Riveled is the girl. It has to be.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's the logic
that's
there.
good.
Perfect.
That's good.
Okay. Let's do a couple more. Also, I think this is the only game we play for this episode. We can do the other game on the next episode.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're going to break them in part 2 to keep them listening. Is that what we
Yeah, we're going to keep them coming. Like, we're going to make sure that they're coming back for more. Okay. Right. Count us down.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Hold on. I wasn't ready. Can you start over?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Intercorrelating.
I'm
so bad at this. Intercorrelating. Unclasps and lowercase. I'm going to say everything everywhere all at once.
Interstellar?
Okay. You just saw enter.
Yeah. Okay. Is that not how that's the rule?
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you what you did. I said everything everywhere all at once because intercorrelating, it's like a bunch of alternate universes. Everything flies together. That's the only word. I guess I know unclasp means to let go. And she lets go of her trauma or whatever the point of that movie was.
Well, they did that in Interstellar. They let go of Earth.
That's so true. And then lowercase because it sounds like lubricates and everything that movie was very fluid. Your turn. Go ahead.
I wanted the unclasp. She's letting go of Earth.
Okay.
Or they are. And then intercorrelating sounds like Interstellar.
So well, it does work though because like the time travel loop where he goes back and he was the one that sent him in the first place. Spoilers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, okay.
I actually didn't make it to that part of the movie for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I watched everything up to that. Well, I think it was like on TV, and you know how you catch like I don't know how much I've missed, but you really only missed the first 5 minutes, but you didn't know that.
But you feel like you've missed.
You've missed half of the movie, and then you're not.
Yeah,
and then you're like, well, then you sit here and you're like, it's been an hour and 40, and this movie's still on. I guess I caught the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah,
and then lowercase because there's a girl named Lori I've met before, and she probably liked that movie.
I met a girl named Kate, so together we win.
Yeah, we win.
Last one. Are you ready?
Last one. Yes.
3, 2, 1. Hazardless, conchoids or conchoids, and bows. Here's what I think. I'm going to pick a new one. I'm going to go again. I don't know anything.
Conchoids is bringing a vibe. It's like an insect vibe. You know any insect movies?
Mm-hmm. You know what? Actually,
Bugs
I
Life.
take it back. No, I'm going Pitch Perfect on this.
Yeah.
Conchoids because it's like vocal cords almost. Yeah. Bose because that's a speaker brand and like headphone brand. And that's movies about music. And then Hazardless because I would have to not care about anything to ever want to watch that again.
Yep. You would have to hate yourself a little bit.
Yep.
And I thought of Bugs Life.
Okay.
Because Conchoids kind of looks like Cocoon.
Fair enough.
Bose
because
Bose.
A bug could crawl up your nose and it's a bug nose.
And you put that word together. Because bugs aren't dangerous.
No, they're fine.
Yeah,
they're all chilling.
People eat them all the time.
Last one.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Fantic, Campy, and Valesneria. I'm going to go with Army of Darkness.
Valesneria.
Army of Darkness. Campy makes sense. Campy fits Army of Darkness. Valesneria because it's like Klaatu, Verata.
Gladiator.
That's the word he said. And then Fantic because it sounds like frantic in that movie.
Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, that works perfectly.
Yeah, I had to think about it. And I obviously said Gladiator first, which I cannot defend.
That's fine.
Will not.
You don't have to. Nobody's has a gun to your head yet. I'm going to search.
They don't know that.
I think in the episode we should look at what
it's a type of grass? Is it an aquatic plant?
Freshwater aquatic plant, commonly called eelgrass.
Interesting. I bet you I could buy that. There's an aquatic plant website I'm about to start using for my fish tank that I haven't set up
Well, the good news is it's on every single continent. I don't even know why they bothered to list them. The only ones it's not on are Antarctica.
Nothing's
and
up
South
there.
America.
The only thing up there is ice. That's where we get all our
Asia,
ice.
Africa, Australia, Europe, and North America all have Vallisneria.
The only thing Antarctica is good for is bringing ice to our ice makers.
Also, it brought us the movie The Thing, which is great.
Is that
Set in Antarctica.
Oh, it wasn't shot there. That'd be impressive.
Let's see. Hold on.
Shot live in Antarctica. That'd be cool.
Alaska.
So they did shoot in
And
Alaska. They
Canada.
shot in Alaska. That's cool.
But not Antarctica.
To make it look like Antarctica.
Right.
That's pretty cool. That's,
All right.
That's a cool thing.
Is that enough for this? Are we good? Let's end with some German words. Three random German words. Here we go.
Yep.
Grinsen, Grinze, and Hanger.
How to Train a Dragon.
I'm going to go with Casablanca. Hanger because the airplane hangar. Grinze and Grinsen because those are German words. And that movie takes place in World War II and they're fighting the Germans.
How to Train a Dragon.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure two of those are names of... There's like those two German characters in there that train the dragons, you know? And it just...
Hans and Hansen.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Speaking of Hansen. Bop.
Ooba booba bop.
Doobie-dop, boop.
Ooba booba
Nope.
bop.
Nope.
I don't even remember.
It's basically all the same.
That's all it is. That's the whole song, right?
Yeah.
What they say words in that, don't they?
Let's do this.
Let's do something.
One last thing. I'm going to do English, but I'm going to generate...
Ignore chapter house.
I'm going to
and
generate
corrosion.
21 words,
we're
and
gonna
we're
do
going to
that.
do common words.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we go. Kneel, windy, raw, secure, break, crystal, flame, decadent, sachet, someone, wasp, sacred, pump, teaching, pessimist, shackle, section, feedback, feast, nostalgic, tent, gone with the wind.
It just looks like an ad for like cologne.
It's so true. That's what you thought. You thought of the Timothy Chalamet cologne
What are
commercial.
the Johnny Depp ones too? Where
where he's like walking on a cracked earth. Yeah.
And you're like, wow, Johnny Depp's so real.
He's so hot.
And he's
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah. He's wasp.
So secure.
He's so pessimist.
Emotionally
and
secure,
shackle,
that guy.
And feedback.
Yep.
All right.
And what did you say?
I don't know.
Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, just because that movie's long enough that I'm sure all these are in there somewhere. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to the people?
Do this. This was fun. Get your family together. Gather
Yeah.
around the home PC. You know,
Yeah, in the kitchen.
in the wherever you keep your PC on the kitchen counter up next to the microwave.
Yeah.
Plug that sucker up and you cast this to the TV. You know, your Roku
you
Smart
think a
Hisense
family-
TV.
You think a family that has their family PC next to the microwave in the kitchen is able to
You cast that to your
screencast
Roku
to the
Smart
TV?
TV and you click away and you and your friends
Cast
and
this
family
to your
play this.
Samsung fridge.
And then make it a drinking game.
Yes.
The person who picks the stupidest movie has to drink.
Yeah, and then they're just going
And
to
it's
keep
just-
picking
it
worse
just-
movies.
it just
So
votes.
one person is just going to end up
Yep.
wasted.
And the family
Yeah,
gets to
it's
vote
fun.
on who's the stupidest.
That's fun. All right. Well,
So are we going to save our other games for
yeah.
another time?
Yeah, let's save it. Why not?
Let's
We're
give
all-
us a taste. I'm
We're
going to
at
give them a taste.
33 minutes.
I'm going to give them a taste.
All right.
So here's what the next game was going to be. Just a little trivia thing. Okay?
Okay.
So this is a quote. I'm going to say a quote. You get to
Quote.
guess the movie. This is what it's going to... So I'm going to say...
This is a sneak peek of what our next game is going to be.
I'm going to say, you talking to me?
And I'm going to say, the classic movie with Robert De Niro, The Interview, the Intern.
That's correct.
Yeah. Just kidding. We all know it was Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We all know it was The Godfather.
Yep. It is.
It was King of Comedy. All right. That's enough of that. But that's what we're going to do.
That's the type of thing we're going to run.
We're going to run some guessing
It's going to be
games.
great. We're going to
And
drop
then
in hot.
Yeah, we're
and
going
heavy.
to drop at Tilted Towers.
Yep.
It's the only location I know.
You made that.
I know. In the last
It's already in
episode.
there.
Yeah, that's the only place I know.
Like, we should reference that again next episode.
Let's rename our podcast Tilted Towers.
Let's do it. This is about to get tilted up in here.